These are the bellwork answers for Tuesday, January 30th. Number one is saying find the measure of angle 1 and angle 2. And they give us this measure of 130 right here in this corner. And if we look at the 2 is corresponding to the 130. So angle 2 is equal to 130. Angle 2 equals 130. And then angle 1 with the 130 makes a straight line. So angle 1 is equal to 180 minus 130, which is 50. On number 2, it's asking us to solve this proportion. We have 12 over 7 equals 60 over d. So when you're doing proportions, what you want to do is you want to cross multiply. So you're going to do 12 times d and get 12d. And then 60 times 7 and get 420. Then we divide by 12. So d is going to be equal to 35. On number 3, it's asking us to write an expression for the area of this rectangle. And if you remember, the area of a rectangle is equal to the length times the width. So the length, we're going to have x plus 5. We're going to do x plus 5. And for the width, we have 3x. And if we multiply those two expressions together, we will get 3x times x is 3x squared. And 3x times 5 is 15x. So we'll get 3x squared plus 15. And there's no equal sign, so there's no solving this one. So it's done. On number 4, it's asking us to solve this system. We have 3x minus 2y equals 24, and x plus 2y is equal to 8. And if you remember from Algebra 1, there's two ways we can solve these. We can do, well, there's three ways if you count graphing, but there's two ways without graphing. We can do by substitution or by elimination. And this one, since I have a negative 2y and a positive 2y, that's a perfect setup for solving it by elimination. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract. Actually, I'm going to add. I want to try to make the two y's into 0. So I'm going to add these two together. So we'll get 3x plus x is 4x. Negative 2y plus 2y is 0. That's why I picked adding. And then 24 plus 8 is 32. So we have 4x is equal to 32. Divide by 4. And we'll get x is equal to 8. Then to get the y, we'll take the 8 and substitute it into either one of our starting equations and solve it for y. So I'm going to do the top one. So we'll do 3 times 8 minus 2y equals 24. 8 times 3 is 24. Minus 2y equals 24. I'm going to subtract 24 from both sides. And I'll get negative 2y is equal to 0. So y is 0. On the last one, it's asking us who weighed more at the beginning, and we have two choices. We have Valerie. And then we have Oscar. Valerie has an equation, and Oscar has a table. So let's start with Valerie. And we'll go ahead and, since it's at the beginning, that means our t-value is going to be equal to 0. So we're going to do W equals 235 minus 2.5 times t, but since we're doing it at the beginning, t is 0, so we get 235 minus 2.5 times 0, or just 235. So Valerie at the beginning weighed 235. So this is Valerie. Oscar's is a little bit easier. We can just look on the table at 0 weeks and see that it says 247. So who weighed more at the beginning would be Oscar.